Hello everyone and welcome to Reach Your Goal classes. It helps you to sharpen your minds. Our today's topic is question tags. I have already covered the topics of how to frame WH type questions and yes or no type questions. And if you have not seen my previous videos, then you can refer the same as I have given their links in the description box. So let's start with our today's session. What are question tags? A question tag is a short question which is added at the end of an assertive sentence or imperative sentence. Now, my dear students, what is assertive sentence? Assertive sentence is the general statement that we pass. For example, Ram went to the market, or Tina is very tall. What is an imperative sentence? An imperative sentence can be a command, or it can be request, or it can be an instruction. For example, keep quiet. Or another example can be, please give me that book. So these are the examples of imperative sentence. Now why question tag is added? Let us see that. Question tags are added for confirmation or for agreement. Confirmation means the speaker wants to confirm that whatever he is telling is understood by the listener. Then what do you mean by agreement? Agreement means the speaker is adding question tag because he wants to understand whether the listener is agreeing with him or not, agreeing with his statement or not. Okay, so that is the reason why question tag is added at the end of a sentence. Now there are two types of tags which you have to keep in mind. First are the positive tags. Second are the negative tags. Positive tags, I have given you the example. You can see that do you, has he, will I, are they, etc. Negative tags examples I have given don't you, shouldn't I, can't we, won't you, etc. Now there are certain rules that you have to keep in mind before adding question tag. What are those rules? Let us understand that. So the 7 golden rules that I am going to teach you today are: number 1, a positive statement is followed by a negative question tag. So you should always keep in mind, dear students, first you have to see whether the statement is positive or it is negative. So if the statement is positive, you will add a negative question tag. And if the statement is negative, you will add a positive question tag. So these are the first 2 important rules of question tags. Now let us see the example. She is happy. This is a positive sentence. And is the verb. In my yes or no session, I have already taught you what are the primary verbs and what are the modal auxiliary verbs. So here in this sentence, is the verb which is positive. So I am adding a negative question tag. Isn't she? They will meet us. Again, this sentence is positive. So the question tag will be negative. Won't they? Okay. Second rule, as I told you, a negative statement is always followed by a positive question tag. For example, you are not hungry. This is a negative sentence. Why? Because you can see the word not is added over there. So the tag will be positive. Are you? He was not angry. Was he? Okay, so I hope that you have understood the first 2 golden rules. Now let us go to the third one. Third rule is always use a pronoun while adding question tag. The pronoun at the end of the tag should agree with the subject of the sentence. Now pronoun. What is a pronoun? First, let us understand that. A pronoun is a word which is used instead of noun. For example, he, she, it, they, we, myself, himself, etc. So whenever you are adding a question tag, you will always use a pronoun with the question tag. Now let us see, but that should agree with the subject of the sentence. What do you mean by this? Pronouns depend on the gender. For example, the first example what I have given you, Ram was restless. Now Ram is a masculine gender. So wasn't he, was, I have changed it into wasn't, and Ram, because he is a masculine gender, I have used the pronoun he. Next one, the children were fighting. Now in this sentence, the children is the subject. So weren't they? Because children means more than one. So that is why I have used the pronoun they. Fourth rule, if the sentence has no auxiliary verb, then add the words do, does or did in the tag, depending on the tense and subject. So if there is no auxiliary verb, if there is no verb in the sentence, then you will be using do, did or does. Let's see examples. The kids like ice cream. Don't they? Now like is present tense. That is why I have written don't they. I had told you here that it depends on the tense. That means whether it is a past tense, whether it is a present tense or future tense. And it also depends on the subject. Second example you can see here, those girls liked the gifts. Now liked, this word represents that the sentence is in the past tense. So I have used did. So didn't they? John likes science fiction. Doesn't he? Now here, dear children, keep in mind, John word is a proper noun. So you are not going to use any proper nouns or common nouns or any of the nouns after question tag. You will always use a pronoun. Fifth point, fifth rule that we have to keep in mind. If the affirmative sentence begins with I am, the question tag is aren't I. For example, I am doing the work. Aren't I? I am a poor student. Aren't I? That means whenever the sentence will begin with I am, the tag always will be aren't I. Sixth rule, for imperative sentences, the question tags are will you or won't you. So if there is an imperative sentence, then the question tags that we will use will be either will you or won't you. Let's see some examples. Example, keep calm. Will you? Hurry up. Won't you? Lie face down. Won't you? Seventh golden rule that you have to keep in mind. If the imperative sentence begins with let us or let's, the question tag is shall we. So if any sentence, my dear children, if any sentence begins with let us or let's, then the question tag will always be shall we. For example, let's swim in the sea. Shall we? Let us send for Tenali Raman. Shall we? So I hope, dear children, that you have understood all the 7 golden rules that you have to apply when you are solving the question of question tags. Okay. Thank you for watching the video. Do like, share and subscribe my video to your friends also. Thank you.